here.
Smoking could kill you and your
Hate
family.
these. They never stick on the windshield.
Don't become a fire statistic.
Alright guys, we're back to the shop here. Chase and I are going to get on the phone with Bob CAD CAM and get our PIN password code and our password to use. And then we're going to delve into this designing software and see how much different it is than the old one. And start designing up that frame bridge. So, or axle truss and frame bridge. So let's get started. Well, change of plans, guys. Turns out 5 o'clock for Florida is 2 o'clock. That was an hour off. So we're going to take the steering rod up that I got here. You can see if I wiggle it like this. It's not level. James tried bending it, and he tried his best, but it just didn't work. You know, it's 1.5 inch dome tubing when we have an 1 3/4 die for our bender. So we're going up to Don Piercy at his fabrication shop in Fife, and he's got a 1.5 inch die for his tube bender. So we're going to bring this rod up with us so he has a template, and then we're going to have him bend up our other piece we have for us, so then we'll have a correct steering rod. So let's load this up and make the road trip to Fife. Chase has got that piece to go load up here in the truck.
Yeah, buddy. Where's the other one?
And then the other one, we gotta just grab it off the ground. It's a long piece.
Okay.
Chase and I are on our way up to Fife to get that tube bent. But first, we're grabbing some grub. West Side Pizza. Some road pizza.
Rappers, you would swear I had a hit list.
Alright guys, we just got back from Ron Percy's Enterprises. He builds drag cars and stuff. He's right up here in Federal Way. We called Billy Bob's Off-Road, and I talked to Bob, the owner, and he's like, hey, go over to them. They've got a bender, because they don't do it at Billy Bob's Off-Road. He doesn't have the insurance to do exoskeletons and bumpers. But yeah, he bent up our rod. This super quick at it. You know, he's been building drag cars for a long time, so it was no big deal for him to bend that up. He just did it. He did it by eye, did it perfect. So now that's ready. All we got to do is cut off the extra length off the end so it's the right length, and then put the slugs in for the heim joints, and we're set to go ahead and mount that steering rod. So, all right, now we're gonna join the traffic here and get back to Shelton.
Nemo.
All right, we got a box from Weaver Fabrication, and then I got another box here. Chase setting it up here from Ballistic Fab. Let's get them open and see what they are. Cut towards myself. Don't do that, kids.
Don't try this at home.
Straight up, like the old Batman. Don't try this at home, kids. Packing peanuts, yeah! My favorite. Okay. Got some high misalignment spacers to change the 7/8 heim joints to 3/4. Get more heim joints. All we have to really do is wrap this in paper, you know, brown paper. Okay, and that's all of our extra joints right there. Make sure there's any cards or anything cool under here.
Save the packing peanuts for the elephants.
Gross. Okay, let's get this open from Weaver. These are our conical spacer thingies. Our paperwork for it. Okay, here they are. Here's our reverse conical thingies.
Ooh,
Get them open here so you guys can see them. So you guys can tell here. See the way it's tapered?
Ooh.
Put those in. They solved that problem for us. So, all right, let's get this steering rod installed. Alright guys, another parts run up to the city to get some tube bending done. You know, we tried to bend it with our 1 3/4" bender for my Bailey Industrial bender, or the die, but it wouldn't work. It made it wampus, so we took it up to Percy Engineering, Manufacturing, up in Federal Way, Fife, and he builds drag cars and stuff, and that was pretty cool to have him just bend that up for us. He did it super quick. I mean, he's been doing it a long time, so he just eyeballed it perfect. So we brought it back to the shop. We cut off a little length on the ends and did some adjustment, and then we got it on the Silverado, mounted up nice, and then we put those conical correction thingies that we got from Weaver Fabrication on the passenger side that solves that big 7/8 hole issue and turns it from a conical 7/8 hole to a straight 3/4 hole for a heim joint. And then, you know, we drilled in the previous episode, we drilled out the driver's side knuckle, so we were able to drop both the heim joints in there. You know, we also got those parts from Ballistic Fabrication. We got those high misalignment spacers that go in the 7/8 heim joint and turn it to a 3/4 inch. But the way the steering rod is sitting on there, it kind of leans down a little, so I'm going to order up some non-high misalignment spacers that will change that 7/8 hole to a 3/4 inch hole, and it won't allow the heim joint to twist as much, and that won't sit down like that. It'll actually sit level. And then it'll move a little as it goes through the steering, and that's also where we'll connect the hydraulic rams on the back of that steering rod. So that'll be pretty cool to upgrade to that and get that working, but for now, we got it on there. We got it pretty much adjusted by eye, so now we can move on to mounting up or designing up the axle truss and the frame bridge. Today we tried to, but I didn't call Florida soon enough. I thought their 5 o'clock was 3 o'clock. It's actually 2 o'clock, so I was just off by an hour. So I'll call them in the morning, you know, before 2, and I'll get our PIN and our password to get into the Bobcat CAM software. I said it right. Get that key so we can get into that, and actually we can start designing that truss tomorrow. So that's kind of why we ran up to Federal Way today to get the steering rod done, because no reason to stand around and do nothing while we're trying to get that key. So, all right guys, until tomorrow, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for your constant support. Thank you guys so much to all the new subscribers. I mean, it's really cool to be watching the channel grow, guys, and it's nice to meet you guys and see you guys watching the channel. So if you guys like Cougar House Garage, you like what we do, check us out at cougarhousegarage.com. Check us out at Facebook.com/Cougar House Garage. And then we are Cougar House Garage on Instagram, guys. Follow along there with all the crazy projects. We'll see you tomorrow.